Welcome to the HiFi Critics. Track 1, I forgot to tell you. The focus of the Trump-Russia conspiracy theory has jumped the road from senior to junior. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Went from El Presidente to El Presidente Junior.
Something like the West Nile virus that just jumped.
Yeah, well, more like a forest fire.
Yeah, skip it in reverse.
Probably a better analogy.
Donnie Boy had a little meeting with Manafort and Jared and a Russian lawyer. Female, by the way.
Wow.
Later, we learned that there were 4 more people in the room. The drip, drip, drip of this meeting specifically, and the collusion speculation in general, is reminiscent of Watergate. In your felt intuition, what is the next logical shoe to drop in this nothing burger? Avi Garcia.
I believe, because we're in that same sort of, Nixonian, it's going to go to the Department of Justice. That's where it's going to hit next. We're going to start seeing Trump wanting the Department of Justice to make moves for his benefit, and they're not going to happen. Or if they do happen, they're going to happen in a way that still looks a little fishy. I think it's Sessions. I think Sessions resigns or is fired because he will not go after Mueller. Because if that happens, then all hell is about to break loose. So that's
How long until this happens?
I would say, given what happened this week, given Kushner's, Jared, he went to Jared, that all
The gallery of Juliet.
It seems like we went to Jared.
We went to Jared too many times,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Russia went to Jared. And I think that given that, and given last week, some nasty words for Sessions, I give it maybe till the end of August.
Oh, so you're giving him quite a bit of time.
I've given some time.
You're giving Sessions till the end of August.
5
Sessions
weeks.
has till the end of August.
5
Okay.
weeks.
I was going to go big.
Brett Favre.
I was going to go big.
You're going to Hail Mary it?
Yeah, I was going to go big here about what the next shoe to drop, but I'm going to bring it back home. Poland is happening right now. Poland is collapsing.
No.
We have, protests over there.
Learn your news. It's great over there now.
Yeah, I believe nothing's gonna fall. I think these guys are Teflon. I don't think there is a shoe to drop. I think the forest fire is gonna move, but they'll keep it contained long enough to people to be able to move forward.
So you actually think it really is a nothing burger?
I think these guys are full of Teflon. They're covered with Teflon. I think they just know how to manipulate the media and their followers. And the people that need to fall are not going to fall. They're going to find some way to get out of it. There might be a scapegoat here and there, some guy assistant to somebody, but those are
like Tony Kushner's assistant who messed up his security.
Those are
Tony
not
Kushner,
big
exactly.
people. The big fish are gone. The big fish, they might resign. They might, they're going to find a way to get out of this. So I think, there may be big things happening in the fall in the Trump presidency if they can't get it under control, but I don't think anything major is going to happen.
So nobody will resign? Nobody will be indicted?
I think no. There's no
there there.
There's nothing there right now.
So you don't think the fact that the President of the United States has started to ask whether or not he can pardon himself?
Maybe he's just wondering, hey, can I pardon myself? I think
He's just intellectually curious, huh?
yeah.
Come on.
I just,
You're telling me. So if I went to a lawyer right now, I was like, hey, by the way, if I were to get in trouble, could I legally get out of this? It just because I'm curious. You don't think they would be like, do you need a lawyer now?
I think we're beyond that. I think he's surrounded by people that actually went to law school and understand how the Constitution. Maybe they understand
Do
the
you mean the
Constitution.
diabetes guys?
Yeah, the diabetes guys. But I think, we have... I'm not going to disagree that I've said in previous episodes that there's smoke out there. There's something happening with Russia, and Putin won. He put America in check. This has proven that he's checkmate. We've lost our place in the world. We've left the Paris Accord, G20. They're basically making deals without us. We're the ship going. We're the trout going upstream here right now.
To our death?
Yeah.
Or to spawn?
I hope not. But I just don't see. There's a lot of people meeting at Trump Tower. The Russians are going to get their compounds back from the Obama sanctions. All these things are going to happen, but nothing says, hey, there's no deep throat that says, hey, here's the evidence that Trump or his people did this. That doesn't exist until somebody shows up with a USB drive that says, here are the secret recordings of Donald Trump. That's not going to happen.
I mean, to be fair, there is a actual percentage of supporters who don't believe that Trump Jr. met with anyone, even though he said he met with people. So, like, yes, I understand what you're saying, but I think the vast majority of America believes that there's an issue here.
But you're forgetting the vast majority of Americans only matter in the elections. Right now, the people that matter are at the House and the Senate. Doesn't matter.
You know who's proven you wrong? Poland.
Yeah.
Because the president of Poland wanted to make those changes to the judicial branch, and they got protesting. I'm just saying, people matter.
Have the
Eagles,
changes
heroes
stopped?
matter.
Is Poland back to normal?
Oh, they're not totally back to normal, but he rescinded his changes. He did.
For now, they'll be back. Just like Obamacare, repeal of Obamacare. The Republicans, they'll be back.
So you were outlining actually quite a utopia of all of the great things that El Presidente has done. So are you making the case that he has already made America great again?
No, definitely not.
Because you were just saying a lot of really positive things.
If your version of America...
Have you been a guest on Fox and Friends in the morning yet?
Is
it coming up?
They do need their ethnic quota, so they'll probably pull you in.
No, I think... I'm not agreeing.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Puerto Rican quota needs to go up. No, but all these things are bad for America. They're making America weaker in the world stage.
Okay.
So here's what I think is going to happen. So this is the right answer.
Okay.
But we can discuss it because that's I'm one of those people. Nice.
Allegedly.
Generous.
Yeah.
Allegedly. So I mean, let's be honest, right? The meeting with the Russian lawyer happened in April or June?
No, June 6th, I believe.
June 6th, right. So June 6th
last
happened.
year.
And they basically knew at that point that Trump was going to be the nominee.
Yeah, he already had
The smoking gun is the Republican convention. And it's already there. It's already out in the public domain. It's the change of the Ukraine, in the Republican platform, the change of how they viewed the Ukraine situation. It went from hawkish to neutral.
Yep.
And they're going to find out. And we already know that Sessions met with Kislyak at the convention. That's the part I believe that is the smoking gun. There's going to be some documents that come out because you had the Russian lawyer conversation about, hey, we've got something really good. Nothing came of that, allegedly. I'm sure there was a little bit. And then they had the follow-up meeting at the Republican convention where they sort of started working together in effect very closely, such that the platform was changed to basically say bye-bye Ukraine. And then a week later, that's when the emails started getting leaked. The collusion happened at the Republican convention.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's where we're going to find some emails, some documents, some paper trail, which I agree with you. If there isn't, there's no tape, it's done. Nothing's going to happen. But I think that there's stuff there.
Trump has that paper trail because he never uses emails. He writes it down on paper and sends it. Also, is that smoking gun a Kalashnikov? Or is it just like an American-made gun?
It might
be a little combination. Might be an AK.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to the exit question. If you put on your Russian Ushanka hat, which you know what that is?
I've seen it. I've seen our Russian intern.
We'll put an Easter egg in the video at the end here, but for our eagles to know for sure what it is.
Of course, yeah.
But if you put that hat on and grab a bottle of cheap vodka to quench your thirst, will Jared Kushner remain a West Wing presidential advisor by the 2018 midterm elections? That's a full 17 months from today.
Oh.
So will he still be a West Wing presidential advisor by then? And you know how much Trump loves not only Jared, but his people, his loyalists. So we'll start with you.
The answer is absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. Because it's going to happen that Trump will want to keep him. Trump won't want to get rid of him. But the GOP congressmen and women are going to put pressure on Trump to do something to feed and throw a bone to the masses right around the time that the midterm elections are going to come around, so that they can triumphantly say, we've begun to weed out the negative impacts on the Trump administration. So I absolutely think he's gone. And I think it's not because of Trump. I think it's because the GOP senators and congressmen want to save their skin and stay in Congress.
And you think that liberal Democrat Jared Kushner is the person that the Republican Congress is going to force out in order to say that they're helping to clean up the Trump administration?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say yes, definitely he will still be an advisor in the West Wing. Be it a paid or unpaid role, I'll let that be, the loophole for this answer. But
okay, well, will he be running Middle East policy? Because that's he's doing the Middle East peace process.
He's also fixing, IT and the VA.
He's fixing the Puerto Rico debt crisis right now.
He's fixing lots of stuff. If the Republicans wait to the midterm to throw Kushner to the wolves and say, hey, this is how Trump is making America great, the Republicans are in trouble. They better if that's the magic solution, the magic bullet to get them reelected in 2018 to the House and the Senate, they've lost.
They're already in trouble. This is what I mean, is they're going to be desperate at that point.
I don't think they're in trouble at all.
What? Are you kidding me?
I want them to be in trouble, but I don't think they're in trouble at all. Again, if you look at the polls and all this kind of stuff, this is what their base wants. And these Republicans, the Democrats have not been able to turn a red seat over in the number of special elections since Trump won. And you still got a long way to go, but that, usually doesn't set a precedent. I think the Republicans, some of them are legitimately in trouble. Some of them will lose. But if the Democrats just sit back and say, oh, look, they're bad, they're not going to win. Where's their policy? Where's their agenda to come back and
Listen,
win?
I'm not disagreeing that the Democrats have a ton of work to do. I think that's clear. The question is not whether the Democrats have work to do. The question is, will Jared Kushner still be an advisor? And I believe that the Republicans are deeper in trouble than you're laying on. And this is a problem when you have someone as cynical as our friend over here
I don't think I'm being cynical at all.
Conspiracy theorist.
I don't think it's a conspiracy theory at all. He'll be. There's plenty of other people to throw to the wolves than Kushner. He's. You need. It's like GOT, Game of Thrones. You need the hand of the king. You can't just throw people. You need those people you trust.
I think Ivanka is the hand of the king.
Neither one of those two is going to be gone.
Exactly. They're going to be deep. They're going to be.
They're not the ones that are getting thrown to the wolves.
Yeah.
It's going to be Sessions. He'll be gone in a week, maybe 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's going to be gone very soon.
This is a prediction.
Very soon.
Very soon.
It's going to be Rex Tillerson is rumored to be
he'll
leaving.
be gone too. Yeah.
He was supposed to go at the end of the year. Now he's talking about exit strategy during this upcoming August break. So those guys are going to be gone, and they're not even the bad ones, right?
Well,
literally speaking.
Tillerson. What's wrong with Tillerson?
I think
he's a good oil
in my
guy.
opinion, I think he could be the one with the smoking gun. He was the CEO of Exxon. When the Obama administration started putting all these what are these two called, the sanctions. Exxon lost a big deal out somewhere in the middle oil field in Russia and the Ukraine. So he was fined. Exxon just got a fine when he was CEO, so he potentially could have a smoking gun. So maybe his exit is, hey, let me get out of here before I'm forced to, before I'm subpoenaed to a committee or something. So
could be.
Yeah. So the correct answer is that Jared will still be an official West Wing advisor. He actually has some legal jeopardy here, but he's not going anywhere. He's too well liked by the president. In spite of him actually putting stuff in email and having it in electronic format, I don't think he was in the middle of it. I think Donnie Jr. was.
No,
they did it a little bit off-site, so to say. Eric, if the guy can use email, I'm not sure, but
don't even know if I think it's a BlackBerry potentially.
that was hot back in 2008.
Yeah, I think Kushner just basically was doing his brother-in-law a favor.
Wave.
He was doing brother-in-law a favor. I'll go to a meeting with you, and look how well that turned out.
Yeah,
for
Donnie
everybody.
Donnie Jr. was the point person on this.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to climb up the ladder, past Ivanka, and look how well that turned out.
All right.